Well, hey there, and welcome to another After Hours chat. Tiffany here, and I am with two very lovely ladies that I met at surprise, surprise, Castle Blood. I mean, I seem to be meeting all kinds of spooky kids at Castle Blood. I met Hannah there. I met you guys. I mean, it's like Castle Blood's been bringing the spooky kids together since like the beginning of time. But yes,
it's like the bronze in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's where all the spooky kids go to hang out.
Yes, exactly. So, but I am here with the very infamous Haunted Housewives, and and yeah, you might see them at your local haunted attractions, and they do all kinds of cool, spooky things on their channel. So, I would love for you guys to maybe introduce, because I don't want to speak for you guys, so I would love to maybe for you guys to introduce yourselves and tell a little bit about what it is that you do.
So we have personas that we developed years ago. I'm Tish.
I'm Lily.
And we're Haunted Housewives.
Yes.
So what we do is we visit a wide range of haunted attractions, started primarily in the Pittsburgh area, but has expanded to Ohio, West Virginia, Michigan. We've gone a little bit further afield, and our goal is to, first of all, let people know about the amazing variety of attractions that are out there, the artistry that goes into them.
Yeah.
And also to give people a kind of you are there experience, to write reviews that try to convey the vibe.
Yeah.
Our experience there and what it will feel like to be there.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. And you guys do really, I mean, your reviews are very well done. I've taken a look at some of them, and yeah, and we had a chance to go through the Castle Blood Summerween, Summerween event together with like us and Hannah. And yeah, it was just, it's such a fun time. And, you know, it's always great to meet other people that enjoy Halloween and all that stuff as much as you do. So, but
yes, yeah, that was such a fun night because we were all, I think, on the same wavelength. We were all playing along. We were enjoying the performances.
We were learning the Thriller dance.
Yeah, I taught you guys the Thriller dance. Yeah, I taught you. Yeah. So, but yeah, hey, we did it was pretty good for just having thrown it together at the last second. So
true.
Your audience needs to know that you are an actual dancer as well as an actual singer and performer. And then there are those of us who use, toilet paper rolls in our bedrooms to pretend to do that stuff. That was so much fun.
That's fun though. Now, how long have you guys been doing this for? And what was the first haunted attraction that you visited and reviewed and thought, hey, you know what? We'd like to make this a regular thing.
Well, we've been doing this since 2016. So
okay.
10 years.
Yeah.
What's the first one we went to specifically? We talked a lot about it. We used to talk about how much we loved fall and how much we loved Halloween, and we loved haunted houses when we were young. And she said we should go because our kids were becoming of the age where they wanted to go.
Yeah,
they're kind of scared and they didn't know. They would ask us.
They wanted trusted guides to go through the haunted house before they did. So we started going because our kids were interested, and I think probably that first season we hit, I want to say, the Scare House.
Yes.
Okay.
And 100 Acres and Castle Blood. I'm trying to think where else we probably went that first year. Um, maybe Haunted Hills Estate, maybe Demon
Oh,
House.
yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
So we
Yeah.
we we went to a handful of
Hmm.
places
Hmm.
to kind of give a preview to our kids.
Okay.
And I think I think it started
Yeah.
out with us trying to pay attention to the details because we knew what our kids would ask.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
but
Yeah.
also, I think one of the things that we found was uh, we grew up in different places in Western Pennsylvania, but we both grew up as spooky girls,
Hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
and we loved haunted houses.
Yeah.
So visiting haunted attractions really
Hmm.
it just
It brought back that spark.
right.
I
Yeah.
was worried everyone there was going to be so much younger than us. I'm like, we're going to look so stupid because
You
it had
won't.
been so long. We found out that like people of all ages go,
Oh,
but
yeah.
that first
Mhm.
year, or I guess the year
Uh-huh.
before we started doing reviews, I was like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I feel like there's going to be a bunch of kids in us. And it didn't end up being that way, but I was really
Mhm.
worried that's what was going to happen.
I mean, there have been a couple times where we were
Oh, for
definitely
sure.
older, and then we've had a couple of 13-year-olds holding on to us
Yeah.
like,
Aw.
I'm going to scream and traumatize you.
you know,
Aw.
oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like what made you actually want to make this like a regular thing and like creating content out of it?
Um, Part of it was we wanted to do we wanted to do narratives. We wanted to tell
Mhm.
stories
Right.
about the haunted attractions that we went to.
Mm-hmm.
And we wanted to do that particular kind of
Hmm.
review or walkthrough where
Okay.
we created a story out of it.
Mhm.
And part of it was just so much fun.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was it was like a healthy addiction. You start
Yeah.
and you just want to keep
Yeah.
doing
And we
it.
could do more.
Uh-huh.
We could do this. We could make videos about it. We could write about it. And
Yeah.
we just kept doing more and more. It was so much
Mhm.
fun. Mhm.
Yeah, and people like kept on, visiting and reading, and it just
Yes.
kind of took off from there. Oh,
We
I
were
love
very encouraged by everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. I love it. Yeah, because I always love hearing about how like fellow spooky content creators end up getting involved and what
Uh-huh.
made them want to be like, hey, you know what? I think I'd like to actually make this a regular thing instead of just like a one off when, or
Yeah.
just kind of privately visiting it throughout the year. It's like, hey, put your weirdness on display.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And it can be hard too, because we both have jobs where we weren't sure how they were
Yeah.
going to react to what we were doing.
Yeah.
So, and, it was a worry for us. And I think it is for a lot of people when they have we're big believers in follow like do what you love to do. Do
Hmm.
your follow your hobbies.
Yeah.
Spend time and spend money on your hobbies. Like,
Yeah. Hmm.
like it makes life so much better.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I agree. I agree. Yeah, cuz it's unfortunate that so many people cuz I actually I did an episode with John Ward he's a horror author and how we were talking about how because he was talking about how when he was a kid he wanted to be a writer, but then of course as you grow up, like once you hit junior high and high school, it's like when you're a kid, people are encouraging
yeah,
your imagination, your creativity, your art, but then it just seems like as you get like older and into high school and everything, then they're like, no, you got to be
no.
serious and
There
forget
is,
about
yep.
all
Yeah,
that.
bring something practical. What
Do
is
Yeah.
something practical. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you see, here's the thing. If people actually are encouraged to hone their creativity from a young age and are also on top of that given um the business side of it, the business strategies and like learning how you can actually possibly do it for a living or even just a partial living.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
like, how much happier would people be?
exactly.
I think that one of the things that we really discovered
Mm-hmm.
the first couple of years we were doing this
Yeah.
was the importance of joy.
Yeah.
Just doing something because you
Hmm.
love it
Yes.
and
Yes.
conveying that love to other
Hmm.
people.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
come on out and try this thing. Like,
Yeah.
you might love it. You might learn something new about
Yeah.
yourself and about
Yeah.
you if you
Hmm.
just try it.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I totally I'm totally on board with that. Never that's the thing, never be afraid to try new things.
Hmm.
Never be afraid to take take risks. I'm not
Hmm.
saying go and, put your entire livelihood on the line,
Disclaimer.
but yeah, just big disclaimer. I'm not saying just go out willy-nilly and just
Right.
put your entire livelihood on the line,
Right.
but maybe start putting a little bit of a plan in place and just start brainstorming and thinking about, what is it that really gives me joy? What is it that
Yeah.
really makes me feel fulfilled? And just start to maybe carefully like put something together, something of a plan together, something you can pursue. And I mean,
Take some
and
chances.
Yeah.
yeah.
Put yourself out there.
Our
Yeah.
unofficial motto is probably let's see
Let's
what
see what happens.
happens.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I understand. Yeah, you have to be practical about it, especially in today's world. But at the same time, I think as long as you have your ducks in a row and you're a plan, you care, how to carefully plan things out.
Mhm.
Maybe take a business course or something
Yeah.
just to learn the business, because there's always a business end of anything
Right.
artistic. And I know
Right.
sometimes us artistic types were allergic to things like that, but it's still important to know. And I've found that once I started really learning the business end of things, it almost becomes fun.
Mm.
It's like its own art.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we've
yeah.
learned so much through doing this.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Every season there's something new that we learn
Right.
about. Not just going through a haunted attraction and observing and writing it up, but um interviews,
Yeah.
videos, publicity, just
Hmm.
Hmm.
getting stuff out there.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's exciting to realize you can learn new stuff
Right.
about that
Hmm.
as
Yeah.
well.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And do you have a favorite Halloween memory, whether it's from your childhood, your adulthood, since we're kind of in the approaching Halloween season? We're past July 4th, and now we're kind of
Oh,
getting into that spooky
sure.
season. So, what's your favorite spooky season memory?
I could throw that.
Whoever wants to go first.
I will start.
Okay.
Um, so one of the funny things that we talk often about what got us interested in it, and
Hmm.
hers is very obvious. And I don't know, I'm sure she'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
But I don't know exactly where mine started,
Uh,
honestly. I know I I can't remember a time when I didn't love haunted houses and
mm,
spooky things, but I
yeah.
don't know where it began. I do
Hmm.
know, we were just talking about this. When I was young, I don't know, maybe 10, 11. It started. My mom offered every Halloween season, she would
Hmm.
take me and a friend to a bunch of different haunted houses in the area on one
Yeah.
weekend. And
Uh-huh.
it was such an odd thing for her to offer because
Mhm.
she was not that mom that's like, I'm going to drive you places, I'm going to take you. She was definitely not
Yeah.
that mom. So I don't know if I somehow conveyed how much I love this,
Hmm.
what happened, but she would offer every year, and that is like a core memory for me.
Hmm.
Picking a friend and going to like 3 or 4 haunted houses, whatever weren't too far. I'm not going
Oh,
to drive far.
yeah.
And it was just so much fun. I loved it so much. And I remember one time we went, There was one where like she dropped us off and it wasn't Scare House, but it was
Uh-huh.
another place where you took a shuttle from a parking lot to the haunts. That was
Okay,
like,
kind of like Demon House, a little.
yes, it was
Mhm.
very
Yeah.
similar. Yeah.
Mhm.
And my friend and I ended up, we waited in line and then we went through twice without telling, because we didn't have phones back then. So we went through twice because there were some cute boys in there.
Ooh.
And, like, my mom was so mad, like, where were you guys? We were waiting. But like it was just so much fun and such a like it's such a core memory of the
Mhm.
season. But
Yeah.
until I got to like somewhere in high school, I ran out of friends who wanted to do it.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
they were just like, no, they didn't like scary things or that's for kids. They didn't really want to do
Oh,
it.
that's
And
no fun.
it was so sad. Yeah. And I had to wait all this time to win
Yeah.
it to find someone else to do this with.
Yeah.
So I grew up in a spooky family.
Ooh, nice.
My grandmother made Halloween costumes for me every year. So we
Ooh.
would start in August and we would
Yeah.
pick whatever I was going to be
Hmm.
and go to the fabric store and should find a pattern and should modify it so I could be,
Yeah.
whatever it was. And my mother loved spooky stuff. I was just telling her earlier today, I have this vivid memory of being in my mom's kitchen while she was
Oh, wow.
baking chocolate chip cookies and reciting The Raven.
Ooh, I love it.
And
Nice.
just I don't think she was even necessarily saying it to me. She was just
Yeah.
reciting it as she's making
Kind of
the
like this whole witchy making cookies, and I'm going to recite
right.
Edgar Allan Poe.
It was so good cookies. And I think, that it was such a rich, fun
Mhm.
part of growing up for me. Um, I went to my first haunted house when I was 8 years old. I was terrified.
Oh, yeah.
I ended up crying, and the guide had to carry me through the haunted house
Oh.
because I was so scared. Um,
Mhm.
but I was so fascinated, and we did it because my mother loved that.
Hmm.
And
Mhm.
it's at this point we have an unbroken line of creepy
Aw.
women.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, but that's so cool that you had that spooky family. So you got to so it's almost like they honed that for you.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
my mother really did. My father was very practical.
Hmm.
He did not like anything that was counterfactual, unscientific,
Oh, so they
not
were like
not
opposites attract, kind of.
right. They absolutely were. He liked
Uh-huh.
logical, measurable stuff, but she loved
Hmm.
Gothic literature. She loved the
Nice.
Brontes and Poe and
Hmm.
Legend of Sleepy Hollow. So
Ooh.
I grew up on that stuff,
Yeah.
and I went away from it for a while, but this
Mhm.
feels the past decade or so feels very much like getting in touch with all of that
Mhm.
childhood joy.
Getting back to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
is.
Oh, I
Really
love it. I love it. So now on your adventures, have you ever done anything paranormal, paranormal investigations?
is.
We've done some. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's something we're interested in and
Hmm.
it's on our radar to
Yeah.
explore.
Mhm.
We've gone to West Virginia Penitentiary. Um,
Ooh, yeah.
Early on we did the North Walk and then we did the
Hmm.
hike they have that the same night.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so interesting because it's a good haunted attraction, but
Hmm.
you go into that part of the prison where they had the most dangerous prisoners, and you can just
Mhm. Oh my
feel
God.
the weight
In
of
the
it.
dungeon, like,
Ooh.
my God, my chest feels so heavy. Like, oh,
And
Hmm.
I don't think anything has ever happened to us, but
no.
her
Yeah.
daughter,
Yeah. My
her
daughter
daughter
came
had a
with us.
paranormal experience when we were.
Wow.
They came with us once, and when they take you on the walk, they take you into
Hmm.
Red's
So
cell. Look at the
yeah.
That thing,
my,
yeah.
my brain was going cage. I knew that wasn't right. And they're very much like, you can walk into it if you want. So
Hmm.
Red he had killed someone and he was in there for a long time,
Oh
and
wow.
he made people angry. Like he fought with
Yeah.
people in the prison, and so he ended up getting stabbed 37 times in his cell, and he died there.
Oh wow.
So when you take the tour, but he was protecting his 15-year-old sister.
Hmm.
So when you take the tour, you can go into his cell and they're like, you can lay on the cot, you can like walk in
Mm.
her. And I was like, no, I'll just look from out here. We're good. And my
Mhm.
daughter was like, she was a teenager at the time. She's like, I'm gonna go in. And she felt like a person, like it was somebody grabbing, like just kind of touching her arm,
Oh wow.
very like in a very protective way, like someone would like kind of guide you and touch your elbow.
Hmm.
And that's what we didn't even know about him protecting his teenage sister at the time. And that's when
Oh
we found out, well, that makes sense that Red would do that because he is
yeah.
protecting his sister. And that's how he ended up
Hmm.
dating her. And she's around the same age as my daughter. And
Yeah.
that is like the crazy experience. And that whole place is like so, but like having somebody.
it's like
Mhm.
right in it's in the stone, it's in the brick. It's
Yes.
so
Yeah.
angst to
Yes.
seep
Oh my
right into the
gosh.
building.
Yes.
Ah, wow, I love it. Yeah. And now, have you guys ever in your life had a paranormal experience, even if it wasn't on an investigation?
Um, so when I was pregnant,
Hmm.
my husband and I went up to Fort George in Niagara, and
Okay.
they took us on a tour of the fort, which has been rebuilt.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, Everything had been destroyed, and they reconstructed everything, and
Hmm.
it's a great tour.
Yeah.
Last stop on the tour was what had been um, the arsenal. It was underground, and there were, little slits up along the top of the
Okay.
wall. So it's sort of
Yeah.
or and then you go underground. Um, and the guide tells you about people who had died there during the War of
Yeah.
1812. And our guide said, just so you know what this was like, I'm going to turn off my flashlight. Turn off the
Okay.
flashlight. And there's a group of, I would say, 8 to 10 of us standing there in the dark.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's weighty. The shadows have weight. Um,
Yeah.
Finally, he turns on his flashlight. He says, I'm going to lead you out. I need you to hold on to each other as you're leaving.
Okay.
So my husband's ahead of me, and I held on to him.
Hmm.
And I feel someone holding on to the back of my shirt. Someone grabs the back of my shirt
Ooh. Okay.
and is
Yeah.
holding on firmly as we walk out.
Wow. Yeah.
Darkened. I can't see.
Hmm.
We walk out of this little embankment, and we're standing there, sort of in the setting sun. I am
Hmm.
the last person out. There is nobody
Ah.
behind me.
Yeah.
And
Oh my gosh.
something was holding me
Ah,
on.
something was holding on to you. Oh my
Mhm.
goodness. Oh, yeah. Wow.
And I mean, I went to a college that was supposed to be haunted, so there were a million stories about the place. But this
Yeah.
was the first time I think that I'd had anything that
Yeah.
Hmm.
tangible happen.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Ugh. Ugh.
It's like, who was holding on to me?
Uh-huh.
Oh goodness. Wow. Yeah. So, like, what about you? Anything else? Like any experiences?
I don't think so. Nothing I can
You're
talk
inviting it in
about.
right now. You're
Talk about.
inviting. We're going to go out this season, and the ghosts are all
Oh my God,
target
right?
you.
Right? Right? And then,
Mhm.
and then we'll have to like do another. We'll be like,
Don't
hey,
follow up.
how did
Hey,
Hey,
that
yeah.
happen?
as he folded us home.
Mm. Well, what's your do you have like a favorite ghost story or a favorite urban legend that really kind of makes you stop and go like, "Ooh, yeah, that's kind of creepy," or I wonder if that's true, or that would be creepy if that were true?
My favorite Pittsburgh ghost story
Mhm.
has to do with a house on North Avenue that was supposed to be cursed over on the north side. Oh, actually, it's
Oh.
Ridge. Sorry. It was supposed to be on the corner of Ridge Avenue.
Okay.
And it uh, it was a story that I heard during a ghost walk when I
Oh.
first moved to Pittsburgh.
Uh-huh.
There was supposedly
Mhm.
supposedly a mansion that was built on the corner of Ridge,
Oh, okay.
um, heading down towards the rivers.
Mhm.
And it was built by a carpetbagger
Okay.
he went down south after the Civil War,
Mhm.
made a ton of money off of Reconstruction, and he brought back a Creole bride.
Okay.
And she did not fit in Pittsburgh
Mm. Mhm.
in 1870.
Right.
Lonely.
Mhm.
And the story went that he was amassing more and more money. She's in
Mhm.
this big old house by herself. Um, they have a couple of children.
Yeah.
She is isolated. Her people aren't around. She looks different. She sounds different. Wealthy Pittsburghers are not exactly, welcoming her in.
Right. Yeah.
And he hires a nanny for the children.
Mhm.
And she begins to suspect that there's something going on with the nanny.
Mm. Yeah.
One day, he comes home late from his office
Mhm.
and he hears his wife upstairs
Yeah.
singing. He
Oh.
goes upstairs and he finds her in a rocking chair in the nursery, and she's holding something in her arms, singing. And the ghost story says that what she was holding in her arms
Oh.
was the nanny's head,
Ah.
and
Oh my gosh.
and
Ah.
and that the head was singing back to her.
Ah. Oh my goodness. Wow.
No, it. I think as far as anybody could tell, this story is just pure like Pittsburgh urban legend, but
Yeah.
it's so it's so atmospheric. And if you
Yeah,
go over to the north side, you look at those old houses,
I
you
know,
think
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that could be. It could
right.
it's possible.
There's so
See,
many.
I think that could be plausible up until the part where the head sinks back.
Right,
Right.
right.
Disembodied
Yeah,
heads, maybe
yeah.
not. But
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
so that's my
Whew.
favorite.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And
Yeah.
like you've talked about
Right.
the Green Man in the tunnel. We've talked about these
We have talked
things.
about lots of things, but I don't remember it enough to like tell a story about it.
We don't
I,
have to tell the whole story. You can just say like
there
which.
are
Yeah.
lots of urban legends in Pittsburgh.
Mhm.
And when you initially started talking, because there's a whole story about a house on a hill, but like a bunch of people get killed in it. It's like it's from one of those books.
Oh, is that the
Uh-huh.
Brownsville Road, the
Maybe
Demon House at Brownsville Road? Is that one?
maybe
Maybe.
but I thought it was like somebody pretended to be a doctor, but they weren't really a doctor, and
Mm-hmm.
they were just killing people, and then they ended up finding a bunch of bodies.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Mhm.
so many books. Like it's something that's another thing we thought of doing because we've read a couple books about,
Yeah.
urban legends in Pittsburgh and like different things that happened, and we're like,
Mhm.
we should read them and like do little videos about them or
Sometimes,
something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, why not? That's like extra content right there
oh,
while
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
eagerly awaiting haunted house season.
Right. Right.
Hmm.
it's such fertile ground for it. I mean, if you go
Yes.
over to the north side, the whole park
Yeah.
was part of a Civil War field hospital. That
Mm-hmm.
was it was a place where they brought Confederate soldiers and
Yeah.
just spread them out where the park is now. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's something else.
Yeah, and
Bad vibes everywhere.
yeah. And the thing is, it's like, well, even in like the North Hills, Allison Park and that general area, North Park,
Yep,
Irwin
yep,
Road or Blue Mist
yep.
Road. I've
Yeah.
done a few videos on that. Yeah, and there's so much there.
Uh-huh.
And it's almost like even though Irwin Road is just this little sliver,
Uh-huh.
there's so much that is supposedly on that road. You
Uh-huh.
can't possibly get it all in one trip,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know.
And you start to think about places that draw that kind of energy,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
how it perpetuates.
Yeah, and I ask this of a lot of my guests on here, on what your theories or and opinions are on the paranormal. Like, do you think it's like residual energy, or actual human spirits, or demonic entities? I mean, I tend to think it's all of the above, depending on the situation. What do you guys think?
I know. It's so funny because I was just like, yeah, like I'm such an air sign. Like, yes, all things.
All of it.
I for sure. Well,
Uh-huh.
I try to make myself feel better by like, I don't know about the demons. Because like I also, have anxiety about stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
After
No, I
watching
understand.
Poltergeist and Exorcist as a child,
Yeah.
kind of shaped a lot of things for me. It was
Mm.
very scary. And
Yeah.
and honestly, being forced to go to Catholic churches at a very young
Right.
age, they scare you. They're like, you're
Yeah.
going to hell. If
Yeah.
you lie to your mother, you're going to hell. And I'd
Mm.
be like, oh my
You're
God.
like, oh my gosh, I better
Then
just
you watch
sit
Exorcist,
here
oh
and
my
do
God, it
nothing.
happened.
And
It does. I
yeah.
lied about having gum today, and now I'm going to be Reagan. Like, but like, yeah,
Oh man.
I go back and forth a little bit with like, is it like the person's spirit? Is it residual energy?
Right.
Could be
I tend to think
either
it
or.
is a combination. Like,
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Mhm.
we're both theater moms.
There's that too.
Our daughters are theater people,
Mhm.
So
and
cool.
every theater has a ghost story.
Oh,
Oh gosh, yeah.
Every theater has a ghost story.
Yeah.
I tend to think that that's because, you're feeling these strong emotions, you're
Yeah.
performing these strong emotions, and
Mm.
you leave an imprint. It
yeah.
stays there.
Yeah.
Um, but then there are stories that seem to go beyond just
Hmm.
imprints,
Yeah.
Yeah.
memory.
Hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Because as a theater person myself, I also tend to think too that a lot of theaters have their ghosts. And yeah, you're feeling all of those emotions, but a lot of theaters, number one, are super old.
Mhm.
And number two, a lot of the time you're performing pieces written by somebody who has long passed on.
Mhm.
And I think that that can also draw in that person's energy,
Mhm.
that playwright's energy, if they
Mhm.
if they have passed on. And I also think that's a thing too. And even sometimes, though, if you look into some of the histories of those theaters, a lot of crazy stuff happens.
Isn't I think it's the Chicago Theater where there was a catastrophic fire, and if you go there, they still warn you about ghosts that will try to push you down the stairs or out of the door.
Yeah,
They're still trying to escape.
because they're
Wow.
trying to escape. They're trying to be like, "Hey, come on, let's go. This place is on fire."
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, it's I love old buildings. I'm such a history person,
Mhm.
and I've spent a good portion of my time, since I'm also into living history and reenactment as well. I spent a good portion of my time at history sites,
Mhm.
and I've experienced stuff, especially if you go to Gettysburg.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Mhm.
I love Gettysburg because you go there to visit, and even the most practical person there is like, yeah, there was a ghost in my apartment. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
we went there, my husband and I went there a couple years ago, and we were talking to a woman she's a realtor.
Mm-hmm.
She's, the most practical, sunny,
Mm-hmm.
outgoing person. And she talked about renting a haunted apartment to a
Yeah.
guy who ended up
Mm-hmm.
being unable to stay there because the ghosts were so active. But
Yeah.
everyone,
Yeah.
drugs and
Soldiers, civilians.
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've even heard that to the locals, it's just every day. Like
Hmm.
if you go like at the schools in Gettysburg,
Mhm.
it's not uncommon to see an apparition walk right through your classroom in the middle of class, and it almost doesn't really phase anybody just because it's like, hey, we live in a haunted town, we're used to it.
Yeah.
And it's the tourists that are like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting, or so spooky. And like the locals are just kind of like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of everyday life for us. We see a soldier walk through the room, a civilian kind of sitting in the corner over there. It's, yeah, every day.
So did you ever do a reenactment that awakened anything, that got a response from?
Oh, I see. I don't know if I ever did that. However, there's this one house in Bridgeville, Pennsylvania, the John Neville House. And I've mentioned it in passing before, but there's a lot of activity in that house because I've spent a lot of time in that house, a lot of time by myself in that house, doing historical like reenactment and tours and all of that. And I've heard all kinds of things in there. I've felt all kinds of things in there. Um, from the basic hearing somebody cough to actually hearing somebody having a conversation with me when I was by myself and there was nobody else in
Wow.
there was nobody else in the house. And it actually happened during Christmas time, not Halloween time, Christmas time. And we were decorating for Christmas tours. And one of the ladies on the board was helping me, but she left and I stayed behind just to finish up a couple of things. And then I was going to leave and, go home.
Mhm.
And so she leaves and I'm just putting the finishing touches on. And I hear from the door, the entrance, somebody yell into me, and I go I was like, oh, like, did you forget something? And so I went to the door. There was nobody there. And I stuck my head out into to look into the parking lot. My car was the only one there. I was like, oh.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. And it was, yeah. And well, because that house has been around since the American Revolution. It had its first building in during the American Revolution, and then it's been added on through the years. But there were like 4 or 5 generations of family living in there, so there's a lot of activity. And yeah, like I've had experiences there. And then there's another one up in Allison Park that I also work with, the Depreciation Lands Museum. They have a resident ghost called the Deacon. But he's not malevolent or anything. Appeared he's just appeared around that area throughout the years. And especially in the church that's up the road from the museum, hence his name, the Deacon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So but yeah, but there's definitely a few
Mhm.
places that like I said, I'm not sure if my reenactment actually pulled on their spirit, but
Mhm.
I've definitely had experiences at those places myself. So yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yes. So as far as because you mentioned movies, The Exorcist, Poltergeist, do you have a favorite horror movie? And I'm actually going to add to this. What is your favorite horror movie of all time
Mm.
and your favorite horror movie that was released this year?
Oh,
Oh,
oh God.
ooh.
What did we watch this year?
Woo! I
She
know there's
keeps a
a lot.
list. I do keep a
He
list.
keeps a list of all the stuff that you see.
All
I'll
right,
tell
I
you
love
what,
it. You came prepared.
I will see some stuff outside of, while you're doing your research.
Yes,
Gosh, it's so hard to say favorite horror movie, but
it is.
I'm going to say my favorite underrated horror movie is Session 9.
Okay. I've not seen that. What's that
Oh,
about?
I it hits on a bunch of my favorite topics. It's a haunted asylum. The story is
Oh.
about a man who runs a disaster remediation company, and
Uh-huh.
he is hired to strip all of the asbestos out of this old asylum.
Okay.
And he drastically underbids the job,
Mm-hmm.
drastically underbids it, and finds himself trying to put together a crew of people who can just work around the clock for
Mm.
4 or 5 days
Yeah.
to get all of the asbestos out of this massive,
Mm-hmm.
like Victorian
Yeah.
heap of stone. And
Right.
so he's overworked, he's sleep deprived,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the workers finds a series of audio tapes,
Mm-hmm.
interviews with a patient there who claims
Right.
to have been possessed, who
Mm-hmm.
killed his family
Yeah.
while he was in the grip of possession.
Mm-hmm.
And as this group of men are struggling with, lack of sleep and hard physical labor, they start to wonder if maybe there is something there.
Okay.
And it's the kind of movie that just it walks that line between psychological thriller
Yeah.
and supernatural horror and does it
Okay.
really, really well. So you're never quite sure.
Mm-hmm.
It does kind of tip its hand at the end, but
Yeah.
you're never quite sure. Are they just
Mm-hmm.
tired and angry and stressed, or is
Yeah.
there something hunting them as they're trying to
Mm-hmm.
do this impossible job? Um, just terrific atmospheric movie.
Yeah.
If you've ever been to like Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum,
Oh, yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
uh,
Mhm.
you'll, you'll dig the setting of this thing. It's
Yeah,
just
I should check that out.
you
Yeah.
should. It's really good.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Now you've been doing your research. So what's your favorite movie?
It's funny because I was prepared. Like I have a favorite. My favorite Halloween movie from like when I was young, like
Hmm.
the first one that I remember like kind of coming back to was like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ooh,
Like
okay.
I loved it so much. I just wanted to watch it over and
Mhm.
over again.
Yeah.
I was enthralled. And
Hmm.
it was yeah, it was after because when I watched The Exorcist, I was like 10
Hmm.
and I
Okay.
was
Yeah.
sleeping over at someone else's house.
Ah.
Had like stairs to go up to the bedroom that was just like in the house. It was very traumatizing. So
Oh
I think I
gosh.
laid off for a
Hmm.
little while and then, and then I went night. I was very excited. But
Hmm.
so a movie that we watched this year that honestly it's a 2024 movie.
Okay. Yeah.
The Beldham, Bldham. That was
Mm,
Okay.
surprising.
surprising. It ended up
Hmm.
like it's what like we we were confused through much of the movie.
Uh-huh.
Understand why things were happening the way they were. We were guessing.
Yeah.
We very much were like, is this like supernatural? Is there a
Hmm.
witch here trying to
So
Yeah.
the whole story is about this young mother who has been in some kind of unspecified accident.
Okay,
And she
yeah.
has to go live with her
Her mom.
mom, the
Mm.
mom's boyfriend, in this house that the mom is renovating.
Mm-hmm.
And the young mother she's clearly traumatized. She's scattered. She's a mess.
Yeah.
Her mother is mean
Yeah,
and
yeah,
awful.
kind of
Both
borderline.
like
Why would you
uh,
be that way?
just
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
not kind at all. And you wonder what's happening here. Is
It's
it that the young woman is kind of losing her mind? Is it that the older woman
yeah.
is part of
Uh,
some larger supernatural influence? And it's one of those movies where you get to the end
mm-hmm.
and
We need to watch it all over again.
the
Yeah.
ending completely shifts your
Yeah.
perspective.
Mm-hmm.
We both had like full body chills watching this thing
Ah!
because
So good.
it does some really interesting things with
Yeah.
your expectations.
Hmm.
And part of it is because
Mm-hmm.
it's counting on you to be watching this
Yeah.
as a conventional horror
Yeah.
movie. And you're
Mm-hmm.
Right.
wondering, why is the mother being so
Why?
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is she dressed like that? Why are these
Yes.
people reacting so badly to the way
Yeah.
she's
We
behaving with
had
her
a
son?
lot of whys.
Yeah.
What's
And
happening?
it all makes sense in the end,
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
not in a way you
Yeah.
necessarily anticipate.
Would expect. Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
Yeah,
very
I would have to say one of my favorite movies that I saw this year was Hokum. Did you guys get to see that?
Oh,
Yeah. That's
yeah.
such a good movie. It's just, well, it takes place in Ireland, number one. So that's like brownie points with me right there. So, but it takes place in Ireland. And then there's just the old inn, the atmosphere, Irish witches. I mean, the whole premise of
I,
this writer going to this very remote location to supposedly to write. I'm not going to
yeah.
give away any spoilers. However, and that's the thing, like, it's such a basic premise, but the way it was done in a way that made me just keep watching on the edge of my seat. And just the twists in that movie, for me, it was just kind of like, oh my gosh, wow. This
Well,
was
I
so
know
cool, well done. Yeah.
we saw Damien McCarthy, the director of Hokum, we saw
Yeah.
Oddity together.
oh,
Okay.
We saw that when it first came out, and that had some of the most inventive jump scares, and
hmm
it's just the way that he used angles in the
yeah.
house to make you feel
Mhm.
Yeah.
like you can't see what's coming around the corner.
Mhm.
Ugh, love
Yeah.
that. Love that.
Mhm. Yeah.
But
And
it's
one
very
of
much that was definitely a haunted house.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'd say one of my all-time favorite movies is Psycho. I love that movie. For me, never gets old, just because the way it's written, the characters. Anthony Perkins is absolutely brilliant as Norman Bates, and Janet Leigh, uh and everybody. I mean, everybody in that movie is really good. And just the storyline, and the fact that back when it was released, it was so ahead of its time in many ways. And it's just, yeah, and it just has that cool atmosphere. And I liked what they did with Janet Leigh, because they apparently billed her as the top star because she was a
Oh,
big star at that time. But they kind of
yep.
do away with the your top
Mhm.
star bill, which was kind of unheard of for that time too. And they do that in the Scream movies as well, with like Drew Barrymore. And so they kind of did that little homage to Psycho in that way. So yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Hmm.
eh, you're right. That's the kind of movie that even if you know what's
Hmm.
happening, it still holds up. The atmosphere
Yes.
holds up, the scares.
Mhm.
So beautifully done.
Yeah.
I have to say
Yeah.
that too. Because I watched it this year or last year for the first time since I was 10.
Hmm.
It held up way better than I thought. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, this is from like 71? Like, what?
Mhm.
72?
Mhm.
And I'm like, you really can't tell almost. Like, and
Mhm.
even though you know what's going to happen, it's still a really creepy movie.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what I think about Psycho. Like in many ways, it holds up even today, and even a lot of episodes of like the Twilight Zone. I mean, some of those episodes are a little
Mhm.
dated, but a lot of them, if they were aired today, I wouldn't think twice about it.
Right?
So there were a lot of, and that's what's so cool. Like when you look back on some of these filmmakers of yesteryear and you see how forward thinking a lot of them actually were,
Mhm.
it's kind of mind blowing because it's just like, wow, like you guys, thought about that when you
Mhm.
were, you didn't have like the same type of equipment and resources that we
Right?
have today, but
Mhm.
yet you were still able to create this amazing, amazing piece of art that holds up, that has held up over time. And I mean, I think that's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
even looking back at something like James Whale's Frankenstein movies
Yeah. Hmm.
are especially like Bride of Frankenstein and Son of Frankenstein, they're
Hmm.
horror comedies.
Hmm.
They're dark and they're creepy, but
Hmm.
they're funny. And
Yeah.
they're meant to be funny. And it feels like he's pushing that
Hmm.
increasingly through especially Son of Frankenstein with the Claude Rains character.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
I think that if people could go back and see some of these older movies
Mhm.
Hmm.
without kind of the fog of expectation,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they'd realize,
Hmm.
how smart and innovative they were.
Hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. I agree. And what is on your haunt agenda? Like, can you give us a little preview of what we can see coming up on your channel and blog? And
Haven't a meeting yet.
Every year, right about this time, we have a big meeting, and she has a map with the yarn and the
These
pins.
are all the places, yeah, places we've been
you come
invited
prepared.
to. Yeah.
Oh, it's a thing. And
Mhm.
every year we end up having to pivot because
Uh,
something
every
changes.
year, every
And
year.
we
Oh,
really love to do one big trip this year. We
Mhm.
always try to do something
Yeah.
a little bit different.
Mhm.
yeah.
Um, outside of this region, but
Hmm.
we always love to go back and see what people are doing here.
Mhm.
I had somebody say to me once, how can you go to the same places over and over? I said, because they're different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every
We
they're
could go in 10
different.
minutes later and it'll
And
be different.
right.
Yeah.
It's and you know this.
Yeah.
It's live
Yeah.
theater.
Right.
It is. It
How
is.
going to change?
Yep.
Um, so we'll start
Yeah.
beginning of September and go through beginning of November.
Hmm.
Um,
Mhm.
probably definitely one big road trip.
Yeah. Yep. We'll do at least one trip, sometimes
Hmm.
two, and we'll see who opens. Because
Yeah.
oftentimes there's like, oh, look, there's a couple new places that are
Yeah.
nearby. So we'll
Hmm.
do those and some of the other places that we normally go to throughout the season. And
Hmm.
um, I don't know, what else are we doing this year? It is just like the time. Well,
This is it.
August. August,
Hmm.
I believe we
But
start.
this is a banner year. This is the official 10th
This is
anniversary.
yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Yes, because you guys started in
our loves, yeah,
2016.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
know,
So,
I know.
I mean,
Nice.
my daughter's making noises about she's trying to get us to come to Los Angeles
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
because she's an actress and lives out there, and
Hmm.
she wants us to come out there and experience. all the
Yeah.
LA Halloween
Oh,
stuff, but
wow.
we'll we'll
We'll,
we'll
we'll see
see.
if we can make that.
Yeah.
The same thing I say to her when she was smaller and she wanted to do something. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Um, but we will
Yeah,
definitely Pittsburgh area,
Mm-hmm.
Ohio,
Yeah.
West Virginia.
It's like the Haunted Housewives tour. Yeah.
right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we typically do 3 to 5 attractions every weekend.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we plan ahead. We try to plan ahead.
And
Yeah.
Anything
grand, but
in.
yeah,
Um,
Mm-hmm.
stuff happens.
yeah.
Yeah. And then sometimes you kind of have to pivot a little bit and
Yeah.
do be
Last
like, okay, we
year,
might switch that to next weekend or
yes, yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, last year was definitely like that. I
Uh-huh.
ended up getting really sick the second week of haunt season, and
Oh no. That's
it
like the
was
worst time to get
Right?
sick.
Any other
Yeah.
time,
I know, right?
you have like 8 weeks.
not like I wanted to.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. Um,
Goodness.
but you don't know. You just have
Yeah,
to you
yeah.
adjust. You adjust.
Yeah. So, and what off season haunts did you go to? Because obviously Castle Blood has their thing,
Right.
and there's a couple places that sometimes do off season haunted events.
Yeah. Castle Blood has a pretty regular calendar
Yeah.
of them, and they do a
Hmm.
really nice job of putting together seasonally appropriate stuff. They do a great
Yeah.
job with the theming.
Yeah.
Demon House does some fun stuff. They did an Easter egg haunt this
Oh,
year.
so good. Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
Fun.
Haunted Hills Estate.
Haunted Hills Estate
Yeah.
does a lot of
Hmm.
off-season fun stuff. Um, where else? Factory of Terror out in Ohio.
Hmm.
The Akron Haunted Schoolhouse and Laboratory does a lot
Uh-huh.
of off-season events that we go
Yeah.
to. Um, I feel like I'm missing.
Yeah.
Duda's Haunted Farm is
Yes.
doing. They're doing
The
their
Blood
Blood Fest.
Fest. Yeah.
Bloodfest. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
they do 2 weekends, about a
Hmm.
week apart,
Hmm.
2 weeks apart, and
Hmm.
Wells Township
Hmm.
in down in really in Ohio always does
Hmm.
some sort of off-season event.
Yeah.
They do pretty regular like lights out
Hmm.
events and
Hmm.
music events.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's a fun place because
Yeah.
that place is just like it's like the mint configuration from Hellraiser. It's just this perfect
Yeah.
Yeah.
goofiness. Um, and like Freddy's Haunts out in
Oh
Aliquippa.
yeah, they did a few.
Hmm.
Hmm.
They've done some off-season stuff. They
Hmm.
partner with Nightmare at Stagecoach Hollow to do
Yeah.
some different things.
Hmm.
I feel like I'm missing people.
I don't know. In front I'm used to, but
Hmm.
they're not around anymore.
But yeah, we're always scouting for
Right?
off-season events.
Yeah.
Or
Oh
if
my
we
gosh.
see anything, we're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's always just something out there that it's like, oh, I haven't done that yet. Then you
Right.
want to get in all of them and
Right? Or we
like,
find something else,
God.
like the Edgar Allan Poe speakeasy thing. That
Oh
was so
yeah.
much fun.
That's
Like,
Uh-huh.
that's
yeah.
just delightful. They have professional actors come in and
Yeah.
perform uh,
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
4 pieces of Pose,
Oh,
and
cool.
super fun. But we had a terribly crowded weekend back in June. We had
Yeah.
I think it was Castle Blood,
Uh-huh.
the Oddities Expo,
Yeah.
the Allentown Night Market.
Oh, that
Everybody
was so
had
much
something that
fun.
weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
But
yes.
if
That
it's
was really busy.
if it's
And then if nothing's
confusing,
going on, we just watch horror movies.
Right, there's nothing wrong with that.
sit here and yell at the TV.
Right?
There you go. Don't go in there.
There's no lights in a thing.
Yeah. What are you
Grab
gonna do?
the
Climb out
weapon! The weapon! Grab it!
the window? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Cool. So where can people find you guys if they want to check out some of your recommendations, your blog, your YouTube channel?
All the social media.
Well, we have
Facebook.
Haunted Housewives with Tish and Lily on Facebook.
Okay.
We have a YouTube channel where we
Mhm.
post video reviews and thoughts that
Mhm.
differ from the written reviews. We
Right.
try to vary the content a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're on TikTok. We're on
Yes.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yay.
Is there anywhere else?
Um,
One of these days we'll get a
website.
proper website.
Yeah. Yeah. One of these
Mhm.
years. We are
Yeah.
thinking that. We'd had a blog spot for a while, and some of
Mhm.
our reviews are still on there, like our old
Mhm.
Mhm.
2016
Yeah.
to
It,
2019.
yeah. If you want to see the like novel length stuff we used to write.
The beginnings of the Haunted Housewives.
Where all of the titles for music
Yeah.
were
Yes.
they weren't titles from songs. They were just
They were lines
quotes
from
from
songs.
songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We like to add extra. We're like, oh,
We're gonna simplify. We're gonna make this easier for everybody involved.
Oh man, well, I'd love to keep talking to you guys, but we're coming up on the hour here. And I want to say thank you so much, Tish and Lily, for coming on.
You.
It's a real pleasure. And when I met you guys at Castle Blood, I was like, I have to have them on the
it was
show.
so much
They-
fun.
It was
Yeah.
yes, we have
it
to
was
talk
really great.
spooky stuff.
It was
Yeah.
great to
Right?
meet you because your
Yeah.
videos come across our page.
Hmm.
Yay.
Songs come across our page.
Yes.
It's like we
Yep.
we see you in
Hmm.
all of the richness of Health, After Hours, all of
Yeah.
the things you're doing. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And yeah, I do want to do something a little special for the Halloween episode because I launched this officially launched this podcast on Halloween.
Oh,
So, yes, because I always wanted the official anniversary of the podcast to always be on
Oh,
Halloween.
good
nice.
idea.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm. And
Ooh.
Hannah was my first official guest. So,
I
yeah.
love that.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Castle Blood for bringing all the spooky kids together.
Right?
Absolutely. Shout out to Ricky and everybody there. That's just such an awesome place.
It
Never
is.
gets old. Never gets old.
Ever.
No, it really doesn't. It's so much fun.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much again. And yeah, maybe we'll do something special for
you.
the Halloween episode.
Oh, we're all going
And
to sit around and tell ghost stories and do light as a feather, stiff as a board.
yeah,
Oh.
there you go.
She's out. She's like, no. You and your demonic stuff. No.
Woo! Oh my goodness.
All
Oh.
the memories of doing that.
Yes. Well, awesome. Well, yeah, we should, definitely talk about it and maybe
Yeah.
do something cool for Halloween. But yeah, thank you guys again for coming on. Thank you everybody that's been tuning in and listening and giving the listenership a nice surge every week in listeners, and just be sure to tune in every Friday for a new episode because unless I say otherwise, I always have a new episode every Friday. So until then, until the next episode where we will have horror author and screenwriter Paul Grammatico on. Until then, though, stay safe, stay fierce, but of course, stay spooky.